half.
Well, we've just seen the interpassing here, and when the Benazi gets the ball 25 metres out, there's only one person that can stop him, and I'm afraid not even Rowan Shepherd can do that.
Number 5, Murin, is at the tail. But you can see there it was meant for Pelouse. Okanya, lovely work there, La Maison. Sadourny, the fullback, is away, and Mania, the flank forward, looking for Laflemont. What a magnificent try. That is one of the tries of this Five Nations. Laflemont, the scorer. His 4th try in 4 internationals. It was an absolute beauty. It's 21-6, 32 minutes gone.
Well, you just have to sit back and admire the quality of the French three-quarter play here. Look at the wonderful passing, people running on at pace, and they're just coming out wide. Tremendous support inside there, and then the ball comes over, and I've been very impressed with Laflemont. Wonderfully strong, big, attacking running player. Fantastic try from France.
Pelouse seemed to hold it in. There was the switch again from Pelouse. Bonditi coming in from the wing. That's the Scottish corner flag. Notice the French drive over in front. That ball, I would say, is out, and Ed Morrison says so. The drop goal attempt, and in fact the arm is raised, and what an incredible drop goal that was. You can hardly believe, out of the blue, and it was Sadourny, the fullback, who knocked it over.
Well, I think France were a bit taken back there by Rob Wainwright coming through, but the ball was definitely out. But Sadourny, the coolest Frenchman in the field, and he just drops out. Look at the delight in his face there. France are really coasting this game at this moment in time.
26 points to 6. They're almost up to half-time. Graham Ellis goes surging through. Redpath, Chalmers, another huge Gary Owen. Sadourny waits in front of his own posts. Gregor Townsend was up quickly, so was Ian Smith. It's a try for Scotland. A super try, Alan Tate, the scorer. And well, that's a good response to his 2nd try in successive internationals. It's 26-11. They're up to half-time, and they'll be chortling down at Pointer Park about that one. Alan Tate, who used to play for Kelso.
Well, there was good pressure there from Gregor Townsend. The ball just coming loose. Akousa Berry not quite getting his hands on it, and Alan Tate going through to score beneath the post.
No further changes in personnel. Damien Cronin is still on the pitch. La Maison gets the 2nd half started. Rob Wainwright waits. And there you see typical French aggression, because Rob Wainwright caught that ball, dipped the shoulder, but it was the French who made a bit of ground. Back to Chalmers. That's the first time he's hooked a kick today. Sadourny, and he's got miles of space to work in, but he goes for the Gary Owen instead. Wainwright actually was going to take it, but a magnificent catch there by Shepherd. And it's a penalty to France for crossing and obstructing. So there's Shepherd in to catch the ball, and Rob Wainwright slightly in front of him, may have been in an obstructive position.
I think Scotland were dealt a bit of a harsh blow there. I mean, Rob Wainwright certainly was in front of Shepherd, but I don't think he purposely obstructed him. Actually, he was going back to the ball. He wasn't sure if he had to collect the ball as well, and I think Ed Morrison particularly hard on the Scottish team there.
La Maison then, who achieved every type of score against England, tried 2 penalties, 2 conversions, a drop goal, and La Maison pulls it round enough again and has dealt another powerful blow to the Scots. 29 points to 13, France lead. They've played just 2 minutes of the 2nd half. That's the strain of international rugby in Parc des Princes on Graham Ellis's face. Taken by Benazi, and he was thrown down there. That was a vital bit of work. And in fact, a tremendous bit of work there by the Scottish captain, Rob Wainwright. He was the one who not only caught Benazi, but actually shoved him backwards. See, Merrill went up for it, but it was too high for him. Now watch Wainwright here. Benazi was starting to charge, but Wainwright actually turned him over. Good bit of work that by the Scottish captain. 3-4 metres out from Scotland's line. Scotland with a little squeeze on. They were thinking of the drive over, but the Scots have pulled it down again. O'Kanya was going, but lost control of it. And so really they'll be a bit miffed about that.
Well, I think, Bill, Ed Morrison there, he penalised the Scots for not retiring 10 yards. It's strange that he chooses the first opportunity in the match to do that. And here we see the French just trying to take it. The ball went forward, obviously, but Ed Morrison there, he decided that the Scots hadn't retreated to behind the goal line, which was 10 yards, and therefore he gives France the penalty again.
Watch La Maison, he doesn't rush things, he takes his time. Usually the referee will give them 40 seconds and then he'll start adding on anything after that. And after a minute, then they'll get the ticking off, and he may disallow it. He doesn't get near the minute, but see the concentration, and he has a final look. Notice the ball teed up high. Some of the old-time goal kickers would have loved that. La Maison again, and he's done it once more. What an afternoon he's having. 5 penalty goals and 2 conversions. It's 32 points to 13. They played 6 minutes of the second half. Scotland up against it. Just inside French territory. Doddy Weir again timing the jump to perfection. He and Graham Ellis have got a good understanding now. Rob Wainwright swiveled and fed. Chalmers, Townsend. That's Shepherd back inside to Ian Smith. A super cover tackle by Magne, the blonde flank forward for France. Doddy Weir up quickly, but it's a penalty to the Scots. And that's Didier Cassaday having a little tete-a-tete. There he is. Wouldn't like to meet him on a dark night, would you?
Well, for the first time today, Scotland breached the French three-quarter line. Round Shepherd coming through down the middle, feeding inside to Ian Smith. And France, they're not pulling any punches. They just cynically give away the penalty. 3 points to them is better than giving away 7.
Shepherd then trying to steer it straight through, back off the upright. And there the French, be an interesting decision this by the referee. Yeah, taking the 5 metres, they took it over their own line.
Well, this was extraordinary, wasn't it? It came thumping back off that left-hand upright, caught the French players unawares. Round very disappointed, of course, but it's given Scotland a good try-scoring opportunity here.
Craig Chalmers has dropped well back, and that's why Chalmers going himself and laid it back well. Wainwright charges. Brian Redpath waits. Now it's out to Townsend. Townsend missing out everybody. Kenny Logan caught. And offside against the Frenchman. The ref was waiting for advantage. Dalmazo is in a bit of a scuffle there. And so another penalty to the Scots. Now they're going for the... I thought for a moment they were going for the short one, and indeed they are. Tom Smith is in charge. Nicely to Reid. Reid with the dummy. Lock forwards giving dummies nowadays. What are we coming to next? Still 10 metres out from the French line. Redpath. Chalmers. The dummy by Townsend. Alan Tate gets to the line and he scored. A second try for the former Rugby League internationalist. And great cheers from the crowd. What a day he's having. 2 tries. The first Rugby League player to be capped.
Yes, here we see Alan Tate coming in real pace and tremendous running. A good tackle there from Southernay, but look at the strength of the Rugby League player. And he just gets over there. Here we see him focus very firmly onto the line. Breaks through 1 or 2 tackles. And as he goes down, he's allowed to do that. Well, the referee says so, and that's all that counts. It's the only man he needs to impress, isn't it, Bill?
All of Mireside will be delighted to see this big fella coming on. Duncan Hodge, who gets his first cap. There's a Watsonian sitting beside me here, jumping up with joy. Duncan Hodge, who scored 254 Premiership points in 14 games this season, and a great deal of sympathy all round the ground as Craig Chalmers leaves the field.
Yes, here we see Craig Chalmers. Oof, that was a terrible collision there, and Craig be very sad.
France, as always, driving the line. Look at Benazi, who's away in front there, and Merle. They take people out by the dozen, and a lot of it's illegal, but the referee has to decide just what is and what isn't, and it's not easy with so many bodies there. That was La Maison inside there to Venditti. That's his Brive clubmate, the two Brive men in concert, and Scotland penalised for going over, and so it's a penalty to France and fairly tickable.
Yes, once again we see the French three-quarter.
Then high, wide and handsome. 6 penalty goals and 2 conversions. And you notice Glass coming, and it is a drive-over try for France. A magnificent effort. You felt it had to come. We'll just have a look to see who comes up with the ball. Dalmazo, the hooker, is the man picked out. There was Akocheberry. Here was the drive by La Maison. Notice he's within 2 metres. And then let's just see, the forwards then took over. And there was the surge.
Yeah, La Maison taking the ball.
Eight goals from him. And he's never changed his routine. La Maison, it's just a little flick, and once again the flags are raised, and that is one of the most remarkable displays of goalkeeping. And Cameron Glasgow is on the field out of Heriot's FP, and he gets his first cap as well. And once more it's La Maison, Le Flamand going, Le Flamand, and Cameron Glasgow got Hansen to stop him, but it's Magne to score. The new flank forward, playing in only his 3rd international, has scored. He's simply delighted because he's going to Hong Kong tomorrow to play in the French 7th in the World Sevens. Over the moon he is, so is the audience. That was quite extraordinary.
Well, again, the quality of this French three-quarter passing. Beautiful angles are running, the lines are running. Sadurni coming in here and just drawing. Rowan Shepherd, Le Flamand. Nice to speak. Look at the depth of the passing there, and Magne, he could play in the three-quarters, Bill. He's just been everywhere today, he really has, and look at the way. Le Flamand here, just dummying the first pass and coming in there to Magne. And Magne doesn't need any second opportunity to go over the line there. He really is a wonderful rugby player.
International. Meanwhile, La Maison, don't tell me it's mystic. In any event, it's 47 points to 20, and this was a magnificent try. Superb. Listen to the Choral Legions in full voice now as we come up to a minute of the match left plus injury time. And Carbonneau of Brive is indeed the scrum half, number 18 on there. 53,000 almost in full voice. Pelouse tried to pick up, but he knocked it forward. Referee's whistle goes for the end of the match, and French arms are raised high, and no wonder, because not only has this side created a bit of history, but they've done so with style and with flair, and produced a tremendous win by 47 points to 20. And so Bernard Lapassé, the president of the French Rugby Federation there, hands over the Five Nations trophy to Abdel Benazi, the captain. This tremendous forward who scored a magnificent try and who receives the plaudits of the crowd. And the Frenchmen all realise that this is a moment of history for them, because rugby legend will tell of their Grand Slam clinched at home in Paris for the very first time.
How would you